Tom Llamas is at the Vatican. Tom, security must be tight.
It is, Lester. Good evening. The funeral will be filled with ancient traditions, but the security will be very high-tech. Cameras, drones, and police officers, thousands of them, protecting not only the public, but heads of state that tonight are arriving in Rome.
Tonight, the next step in the ritual of saying goodbye to a pope. A white silk veil placed over Pope Francis's face, holy water sprinkled on his body, an inner lid marked with a cross, his name, and a coat of arms, and finally, the sealing of the casket. Before this moment, the Vatican saying over the last 3 days, 250,000 people have passed through. Outside, the lines so long, tensions were high. This group told it was too late, no more visitors. But then, in the spirit of Pope Francis, those shut out were let in. They ran to line up and say goodbye. Earlier, we witnessed the crowd surge.
Today, on the last day of public viewing, the crowds have exploded in size. They stretch as far as the eye can see behind me.
The Vatican estimating 500,000 people will come to the Pope's funeral tomorrow, including 50 world leaders. President Trump just arrived, and former President Biden, a devout Catholic, will also be there. Pope Francis's penchant for simplicity will guide the day. It's something the Archbishop of Philadelphia, Nelson Perez, says he often saw firsthand, including during a visit where he stayed in the Pope's residence.
I went up to get my breakfast, and then standing next to me was the Pope, sticking something in the microwave. And it's like, this is different, right? That's the simplicity of him.
He didn't change. He was the Pope, but he didn't change.
No, he didn't.
Greg Burke, an American, spent 5 years working closely with Pope Francis, including as his chief spokesman. Today, he said goodbye.
If I can ask, what did you pray when you got to see him?
Well, I prayed thanks. Just thanks for being a small part of it.
So many people touched. Tom, what can we expect after the funeral mass tomorrow?
Well, Lester, the world's going to see something that hasn't happened in more than 100 years. Pope Francis is not going to be buried here, but rather at a basilica a few miles away. So there will be a procession that will wind through the eternal city at a walking pace because it's expected to be thousands of people lining the streets waiting to say goodbye to Pope Francis.
All right, Tom Llamas tonight. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.